PSI, and I thought it'd be a cool way to do this question and answers. So let's get started here. Alright, number one from Josh. He says, thanks for the shout out. Here's another. Would you eat part of Keeper's food if you could not find other food? Yeah, actually I would. If I didn't have any other food to eat, kind of a thing, and I was actually hungry, I would definitely eat my dog's food. But that was only if it was like really a life or death scenario kind of a deal. If it was just me going out on, an overnight to do the show, probably wouldn't eat her food. I would suck it up and go hungry. Brandon says, hey, thanks for answering my question, and now I'm wondering, how long do you recommend to boil your water? Any guy you ask will give you different answers on this, but for me personally, I just bring it to a boil and consider that good. So once I see it starting to bubble up and boil, the water's probably okay with the places that I go. Have you ever thought about writing a book, and if so, what would it be about? This is from Life in a Fallen World 22. I've actually written 2 books. I haven't had them published. One was on parkour, and the other's on filmmaking. And you guys can message me if you want to get a copy of those and send you the PDF files. Let's see, Legend Gamer says, hey Al, here's another question. What inspired you to make films? I fell in love with movies when I was about 3 years old. My mom took me to go see Oliver and Company at the movie theater, and so there was something about being in the movie theater with a bunch of other people sharing the same experience that really just intrigued me a lot. So then my mom showed me how to make flip books, and then for Christmas a couple years later when I was 10, my dad gave me their old VHS camcorder, one of the big units you had to carry on your shoulders. So I made a lot of home movies with that. I made a bunch of stop motion movies. And then in high school I got into digital video and editing and using digital cameras and stuff. And this was in 2002, 2003. Graduated in 2003, bought my own camera, bought my own computer, and started doing a bunch of short films. I shot my first feature in 2007, and I've shot 2 others since then. We've screened them in the movie theaters, Leap Rise of the Beast. And yeah, it's just something I really enjoy. Now I enjoy telling stories, and this is the best way I know how to go about doing it. Mitchell says, no question here, just keep up the good work, brother. Thank you, Mitchell, much appreciated. Citizen Kane 380 says, love your vids, which I had the nerve to do the same. Thank you very much. Let's see. Hey Al, can you please make more survival episodes? I'm a huge fan of your survival. Thanks. Well, I actually just got done doing another survival show with my dad. It's the Father and Son special, and we'll have that online in a couple weeks. And then 3 weeks from now, I'll be shooting my Buy the Book survival show, so be looking for that. Gail asks, can you do a video about archery, please? I don't know a whole lot about archery, but I'd be happy to at least do a video on what I do know. And yeah, we could probably do something like that. Let's see. J. Joe says, I do a lot of survival activities, and I would like to join you one day. I'm sure I will learn a lot of new tactics. Also, have you ever backpacked in Tennessee, and what are some tips to surviving? I've not been backpacking in Tennessee, but if you ever make it to the Pacific Northwest, look me up and I'll be glad to take you out on one of my trips. We'll get you on the show as a special guest host. Tips on surviving. The biggest one is do some research ahead of time and don't go outside your comfort zone too far. So it's okay to push yourself a little, but if something's looking hairy, just call it quits. Let's see, Idaho Outdoorsman says, here's another. If you had to choose one knife, what would it be and why? And what all do you carry when you do your survival series? If I had to choose one knife at this point in time, it would be the Gerber Ultimate Pro survival knife, the Bear Grylls signature line. I love it. I just took it on this trip with my dad. Fantastic knife, best survival knife I've ever used. Other gear I usually carry, I carry a flint with me for starting fire, and a bandana. And actually, I'll go over my Buy the Book show that's coming up here soon. I'll go over the gear list that I carry with me, so be looking for that. Let's see here. My boy Blue says, cool vid, El Director. Where are you originally from? You remind me of one of my buddies out here in California. I am from all over. I was actually a military brat growing up. My dad was a pilot in the Air Force. I was born in Arizona. I lived in New York, California, Texas, Washington, Montana, and now I'm currently living in Idaho. So I'm kind of from all over the place, but definitely spent a lot of time in the outdoors no matter where I lived. And that's it for this week's question and answer show. I apologize to my fellow passengers if I've been disturbing them, but like, comment, subscribe, and leave me more questions in the comments below.